Imagine waking up one morning to a world where gravity is suddenly half as strong. The moment you step out of bed, you feel lighter, almost buoyant, as if the floor beneath you is merely a suggestion rather than a solid foundation. You bounce slightly as you walk, each step filled with a sense of exhilaration, like a child on a trampoline. You glance out the window and see your neighbor's cat leaping effortlessly from the ground to the top of a fence, defying the laws of physics as you once understood them. With gravity at half strength, the everyday tasks that once felt mundane transform into extraordinary adventures. You decide to go for a run, and instead of pounding the pavement, you find yourself gliding over it. Each stride feels like a dance, your feet barely touching the ground. You leap over puddles with ease, and the world around you seems to slow down, giving you time to appreciate the vibrant colors of the trees and the bright blue sky above. You can't help but laugh at the sheer joy of movement, feeling as though you're part of a grand performance where the choreography is dictated by the whims of this new gravitational reality. As you venture outside, you notice how this new gravity affects everything around you. Birds soar higher and glide longer, their wings flapping with less effort. You watch as a group of children play in the park, their laughter echoing as they leap into the air, performing somersaults and flips that would have been impossible under normal circumstances. They seem to float momentarily before landing softly. Their joy infectious, you join them. And for a moment, you forget the responsibilities of adulthood, lost in the sheer delight of being airborne. But it's not just the fun and games that change. The implications of reduced gravity ripple through every facet of life. You think about how this would impact transportation. Cars would need to be redesigned, perhaps equipped with special features to keep them grounded. Or maybe they would take to the skies entirely. Imagine traffic jams in the air, with vehicles hovering in place, waiting for their turn to glide down to the ground. The highways would be replaced with aerial routes, and the skyline would be dotted with flying cars, a scene straight out of a science fiction movie. As you ponder the changes to transportation, you realize that even sports would be revolutionized. Basketball players would become acrobats, soaring through the air to dunk from incredible heights. Football games would turn into aerial displays, with players leaping to catch passes that would have been impossible before. The Olympics would take on a whole new meaning, with athletes redefining the limits of human capability. The world of sports would be filled with breathtaking feats, each event a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and thrive. Yet, as you revel in the possibilities, a thought crosses your mind. What about the challenges that come with this new reality? Buildings would need to be reinforced to withstand the lighter weight of everything inside them. Structures that once felt sturdy might sway and shift in unexpected ways. The very fabric of society would need to adapt, from architecture to agriculture. Crops would grow taller, reaching for the sun, but would they be able to withstand the winds that could sweep through without the stabilizing force of gravity? Would we need to rethink how we cultivate our food, perhaps developing new methods to anchor plants to the ground? And what of our bodies? Humans have evolved to function under a specific gravitational force. With gravity halved, would our muscles weaken over time? Would our bones become more fragile? The medical community would be thrust into a frenzy, researching the long-term effects of living in a world where we barely felt the weight of our own bodies. The implications for health and fitness would be profound, as people would need to adapt their routines to maintain strength and resilience in this new environment. As you contemplate the scientific ramifications, you realize that the world would also face unique environmental challenges. With lighter objects, debris could become more of a hazard, floating away with the slightest breeze. Pollution might disperse differently, affecting air quality and climate patterns. Scientists would scramble to understand how ecosystems would adapt to these changes. Would animals evolve in response to the new gravitational pull? Would we see new species emerge? Or perhaps some struggle to survive in a world that feels entirely different? In this half-gravity world, even the simple act of enjoying a meal would become a spectacle. Dining outside could turn into a challenge as food items float away with the slightest gust of wind. Restaurants might need to devise clever ways to keep dishes grounded, perhaps anchoring plates to the table or creating special containers that prevent food from becoming airborne. Social gatherings would be filled with laughter and creativity as people adapt to their new circumstances. As you reflect on the myriad changes, a sense of wonder fills you. This world, though challenging, is also brimming with possibilities. The human spirit is resilient, always finding ways to adapt and innovate. You can't help but feel excited about the adventures that await in a half-gravity world, where the sky is no longer the limit, but merely the beginning. So, if you're intrigued by this fantastical idea of a world with half the gravity, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join the conversation about what life could be like in such a reality, and let's explore these imaginative scenarios together. The universe is full of wonders, and who knows what other extraordinary possibilities lie ahead. Your thoughts and ideas could spark the next great discussion, so share your vision of a lighter world with us.